Woo-wee, what is up? I'm a little late, but Nicholas Green. How the hell did you get in here so quick, man? You're like quicker than quick. You're like lickety split. That's gonna be my new name for you. Lickety split. You're here and it doesn't even show you here. That's how quick you are. You were so quick that your comment showed up before it even showed you here. That's how lickety split you are, buddy. Oh, I had a fun day. Hung out with my skater friends all day. 2 days in a row. They were loving all of my history. I showed them, brought them all my old magazines and everything. They were just, they couldn't believe it. They're like, this magazine is 44 years old. I'm like, I know. And I'm 55. Oh, hello, Chris. Um, and I found a technique on how to catch the hitch. Found that out yesterday. So I don't know. Maybe this week I might not do the live fishing, but the next Fish Talk Tuesday and that I'm going to see if I can replicate it and catch a bunch of hits. He caught 5 of them and missed tons of them. It's this technique he had learned from, I guess, the Asians on Merced Lake in San Francisco that fish just for the hitch, and it worked, man. He caught 5. Good. Some of them close to like 2 pounds. So my next Fish Talk Tuesday, I don't know if I'm going to do it tomorrow, but I'm going to try and replicate it. It's kind of like a drop shot with a bobber. It's kind of the best way to describe the technique. Drop shot with a bobber. Yeah. Like 2 hooks dangling, almost like an ocean. I gotta figure out how to tie it first. Once I figure out how to tie the hooks on it. Yeah, it was fun. I didn't have any cameras with me, or I would have filmed it because I was amazed. I was like, what? Slick. Slick? No. No. Lickety split.
No.
No. You changed it to Slick Rick. Slick Rick with an R.
I won't be on here that long tonight, so I'm going to go to bed earlier.
I am?
No, I am. I'm like super tired.
You say that every week.
Yeah, but I'm very tired.
Are you eating enough iron? Are you iron deficient?
Might be.
I don't know. Isn't iron, they say, it makes you tired? I don't know.
I think so.
It's one of those vitamins.
So what's the argument this week?
Oh, that's how I should title it, huh? So what's the argument this week? Argument Mondays.
The weekly argument.
Yeah. Yeah, this is where we do our therapy and yell at each other. Hey, this is anger management. Hey, angry management Monday. That's what I should change it to. Anger management Monday.
That works.
Yeah, that'd be good. Be like that movie. Did you see that movie?
What?
Wasn't it with Jack Nicholson and Adam Sandler.
What movie?
I think it was called Anger Management.
Yeah, I think so.
Remember they like made him freak out, and then he went to court, and court told him he had to go to anger management.
Yeah, I know it. I know it has Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, and I think it's Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
And he's like the coach and all that, but it's all set up. It's like a joke thing. Oh, I'm pretty much set as an eBay salesman for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found something else I have that's valued at 400 to 500.
What is it?
It's a limited edition hand signed Central Perk from Friends illustration artwork done by Greg Grand. He's the set designer for Friends, plus he's Emmy Award winning for other stuff. They were never for sale. They were promotional. Mine's 94 of 175.
Wow.
And I don't know. I kind of think it came from Slow because a lot of artists down there, a lot of them worked with Hollywood and did stuff for Hollywood. I found it. It was like it was here already, but it was in my cupboard. I did, and I flipped it around, and I went, "Oh, cool! This will probably sell." Like a cool shot of the coffee house from Friends. And in the corner, I saw the pencil and the 94 over 170, and I'm like, "This is a limited edition. What?" So I couldn't find it anywhere. I had one guy he did Chandler and Joey's apartment. He had one for sale for 600. And I had to contact him and say, I can't find anything on this. How much you think it would be worth? But he said 400 to 500. Ah! Thought your internet was better, you bastard. My internet is so good. It's so good now. And he drops out of the stream. Not good enough, I guess.
I don't know why it did that. It like cut me out. Like I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, you and your fancy new internet.
Well, I was trying to stream on my computer last night and it kept crashing.
I thought you just did that thing or that posting or whatever. And you said you got a new one and it's super fast.
Yeah, internet, but not computer.
Oh, you have a piece of shit computer.
Well, it's a brand new Apple and it's garbage.
IBM man, myself.
Was it?
IBM man, never been into Apples. It's hello.
Yeah.
All right, you're still there. Joe's, what's up? You're. Been a minute, but I still watch. Did you see the skate? You didn't watch the skateboarding videos, did you?
No, I didn't watch them yet. I seen both of the thumbnails though. Or was there 3? The others 2.
Huh?
I seen the thumbnails and whatnot. It was. Well, you have the name of the guys in the title. Which ones were they?
Was it Neil Blender, Rob Roscoe, Jim Thiebaud, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, there was a different name I seen.
So the thumbnail's Rob Roscoe. He's in it. And that Rob Roscoe board I have. Did I tell you that my friend's going to have him sign it?
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, I'm friends with him. He skated my ramp. I used to know him, but he lives in Santa Cruz, and Kelly's still really good friends and talks to him all the time. And so
I don't know skateboarders.
Yeah.
My one friend's pretty good. My friend's brother.
Skateboarding?
Yeah, he's very good. He's like 16 though.
Oh, yeah, but in the forum, he goes, "Hey, I can have Rob sign it for you." I went, "Well, that might bring the value up. I've already been told to list it for 1,300."
A skateboard?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, that's how rare it is.
What, it was a custom for him? Like, that they put out, or what?
No, it's just his model, but it was called an AirTech. It's plastic with foam and all that inside. They only made it 1 year, and the tails
Wow.
broke. The tails broke, and it happens to be Rob's model, and Rob lives here.
That's cool.
Rob started a mountain biking company actually, and I think he sold it a year or two ago for 5 million.
Jeez.
Yeah. Plus, he's got all the money from his skateboard days. But yeah, he sold off his mountain biking company for like 4 million. That's what Kelly told me.
Well, they made certain mountain bikes?
Yeah, he made and produced mountain bike. I forget the name they were called, but yeah, a full-on production mountain bike.
Wow.
His own company that produced mountain bikes. You know that name of that company? I can't remember. Look up, search Rob Roscoe mountain bike company, and I'm sure you'll find it. I guess that's where he went after skateboarding, is to mountain biking. And he has all the connections. I mean, mountain biking, skating, manufacturing, all that. It's fairly similar. No, but my one friend, you'll see if you ever watch the video, Nick. But I was at El Estero, but I was at the park. He got out of his car and walked up to me, and he goes, "I got one question for you. One question for you. Is she wearing Calvin Klein underwear?" It's a classic scene in the beginning of the video. Wasn't my idea. It was an Australian skater. They came up with the idea, but I had to go film it. But that was the question he asked her once we got to her was, "We're having a discussion over here, and we think you're wearing Calvin Klein underwear."
Well, you just made that up?
Well, you have to watch the video and you'll understand the concept.
Alright.
Yeah, it's right in the beginning. It's the second little scene in. First it's the intro and then that scene. But you'll understand why the conversation became what kind of underwear she was wearing. And she was a highly attractive female. To say that. But yeah. That's how the video starts. That was at the contest at Vans. Yeah, so I just have and all my skateboard magazines I've had.
Yeah.
They're going for like 20, $25 on eBay.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, skater items get
because of
pretty
the
rare.
Olympics. Yeah, my friend's holding the magazine. He goes, "This magazine is 44 years old." I'm like, "I know, and why did I save it?"
I have a ton of the fur fishing game.
Seaside surf fishing. Have I been? No, I haven't been. I haven't been fishing at all. I've been focused on skateboarding.
I've been
I'm sorry.
biking.
I'm sorry, Nick. I didn't hear you. What magazines?
Is it fur fishing game?
What?
Or is it? It's not fur fishing game. It's Dang it. I can't remember the exact name. I know it, but I don't at the same time. But they're all like real old ones. and they're pretty cool.
I think I finally threw them out, but I had a whole bunch of Outdoor Life.
With
Do
the
you
red
remember that?
title,
I had them all the way back to 75.
don't they have like a red title on them?
I don't know. They had all different. The
That might be.
Uga
I
and
don't
the.
know. I can't remember what it's called 'cause there's so many.
My grandma gave me a lifetime subscription.
Oh wow, lifetime.
Yeah, but I think it ended when they went out of business though.
Really, they didn't keep making them for
No,
lifetime.
I don't think Outdoor Life is around anymore. Because I
Maybe
don't
that's
get
why they
shipped
went
them.
bankrupt because inflation.
Jesus
They
was
end up.
that way. 44 years old. No, 1977. That's. I have a couple skateboard magazines from 77, 78. Then there's kind of a lag till around. I have some 87, 88, 89, like Thrasher and Transworlds. I have a 1982 Thrasher magazine calendar. No, nobody keeps their calendars. You know,
Yeah.
what skater's going to keep that calendar that comes in the middle of the magazine? And I still have one, like perfect condition. What happened? I thought Muggsy was coming in. I saw you in there. I pushed the button. You didn't come in.
I started a gaming channel.
Nice. On Twitch?
YouTube.
And what are you playing?
I'm at
Mario?
250 subs.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you around for the Zodiac Killer thing? I don't know. What year was it? I was born in 66, so he's still not there. He keeps going in and going away. 250, that's good.
Yeah.
I was
I've only
thinking of,
shared. I put it in the comment section on my one live stream I did, and then I just put it on my community page. That's all I promoted it. And I don't know.
yeah, somebody said I should do a skateboarding channel, but I'm like, no, the time it would take me to get it monetized and everything, I'm keeping it on Center Coast Base. It's Center Coast Base now, not Center Coast Base. It's Center Coast Base. It's a clubbing retro skating channel now. Something ain't right. Here, I can't get to streamer. You keep showing up in here, Mugs. I see you right now. I hit. Did he come in? There he is.
I don't know what the heck happened. I think it was
Uh,
because I had my other screen on or something.
what did I do? I kicked myself out again.
You're sideways. Oh,
There we go.
there you go.
There we go. What the hell's going on here? Get out of here! All I was trying to do was change the layout, and it just blacked out on me.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing. I was seeing a black screen whenever I first came up.
Yeah, when you came up, Johnny, what's up? Yeah, I saw you. I went to talk to you, but you walked away. You were suddenly on the other side of the lake.
And
And
whenever
then
I
when I was,
turned my other screen off, it straightened out. That's weird.
you
I got a second screen.
got, I don't know. Nick has great internet and a shitty computer.
Well, yeah. Now I can't believe it's over a megabyte. Oh, you muted, Muggsy.
I'm just on my phone. I don't even know what I have. I have no controls. It's just whatever it's set at.
Did you hit your mic, Muggsy? Because it says you're muted on StreamYard.
It says his mic's off.
Yeah. I don't know. I see him talking. Maybe he has muted.
El Estero is the unforgiving lake today. It's always unforgiving. No, I was doing skateboard and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I came to talk to you, and then yeah, you had left, and you were on the other side. And I went back, and I noticed you right when I was leaving, but I was on my way here. Muggsy dropped again.
It just said his streamer mic was muted.
He dropped out again. He's having issues with it. Yeah, my friend Hype, he works at the TV station, and he showed me filter. We haven't seen the video yet, but it's VHS to VHS. It's pretty old and all that, so it's got like some issues in cuts and flashing and things it's doing. Now they're making, and everybody's going to that look. They're making filters to make it look like old VHS edits. And he showed me a video, and they were doing like the same thing that mine was doing. She's like,
Yeah,
dude,
I've seen
he's
that
like, that
before.
footage was so cool. Like the way it was doing that, all that stuff. I'm like, I know, that's just because it's an old tape. It's just the way it ended up. It's 35-year-old tape. It starts breaking down after a while. He goes, yeah.
How many more videos do you think you'll have out of one?
Oh, I probably have a year's worth.
Wow.
There's like, I have like close to 100 VHS tapes that I need to go over.
Well, you said you have them with Tony Hawk too, right?
No, I don't have any Tony.
No.
No, I didn't.
That would have blew up. Imagine being around like filming them.
Well, I have Stevie Cavallero. He's pretty much almost the Godfather. He's like number 2 barely in known skateboarders. During the Olympics, all they kept saying was Cavallero. Oh, Cavallero. Yeah, the kids love him. Cavallero. They didn't even mention Tony. And I have footage of me skating with Cav. And I have him riding opposite foot on a ramp. He's riding regular foot on the mini ramp. And he's goofy foot. I'm like, nobody has that. I have Nodis Coppice. I have Jeff Kendall. I have pretty much all the known old school skaters. I don't have Gons because most of them I just didn't know back then because they were still down south and I was up here. Stevie was up here, and Nodis was down south, but Kelly got him, or Santa Cruz got him to come up for the demo. Yeah, I have, as far as the tapes I have and how I can remix them up and change them to different kind of stuff, and just I'm like in dreamland. I'm back in '89 in my mind with editing now. Bucky Lassick. I don't think I have Bucky, but that video I just put up, if you saw the guy that's in it, it's Chad Thomas, the younger big Powell skater that was coming up. I think it's Chad Thomas. That's like in the video when I look at the camera and go, I wish Chet. He's like, I wish Chet was skating. I want to watch him skate. He's the best. I don't think I have Bucky. I've skated with Bucky, but I don't think I have him on film. I've skated with, well, just about everybody that was in the 80s that skated. Muska? No. This is way back. He's on Powell's videos, like ban this. That's when he was introduced. He was on that video. He was like 15, and that video is from '89. It's like Chet Thomas, I think, or Chet. I don't know. I'm filming him in a video, and he's actually next to somebody else that was a pretty famous amateur skater at the time. I forget his name. And Adrian Domain's in the beginning of that footage. Lester was there too, but I don't have Lester. probably have them on the original, but if I find all that original footage somewhere in those 100 tapes, I have a lot more stuff. It's gonna take some time to like go through 100 VHS tapes and see what's on them. And fast forwarding and rewinding on VHS, it ain't that quick. And I have to feed it all in real time. If I have to feed it in a 2-hour tape, I have to let it run for 2 hours. It's all real time. It ain't like today's videographers. Be kind, rewind. Yeah. No, I have Ron Allen on there, Mickey Reyes on there, Thebo, Jason Jesse, Lester Kasai. Some of the footage, there's a lot of other pro skaters that I don't even know their name. I mean, they weren't people I knew because they were like from a different area or whatever. So I never. Yeah, as far as the names I know that I have on footage, there's some big names. I mean, just Stevie Caballero and Nadas Kappas are like two of the stars right there. And I'm kicking their ass on the mini ramp. I have it on film. The guy filming, I don't even know who he was. He goes, because my nickname was Digger. He goes, as he's filming, he's like, I hate to say it, but Digger's kicking all their asses. I'm like, I know, and I'm just an amateur Santa Cruz skater. They're all pros. But mini ramps were new, and they were still doing a lot of verts, so they were getting used to the concept of mini ramps. I didn't have any vert skates, so I was pretty much, well, I had my ramp, but I had gotten into a lot of mini ramp skating, so I had a lot more tricks than them. I said that one statement right there just made the video. I'm gonna probably like play it like 5 times in a row. In the video, it's just gonna stop. It's him saying the same thing over and over. Digger's, I hate to say it, but Digger's kicking their ass right now. I hate to say it, but Digger's kicking their ass. I hate to say it, but Digger's kicking their ass. I hate to say it.
It goes into slow motion, then it goes sped up, then it goes half
Yeah,
speed.
that's all. I hate to say it, but Digger's kicking their ass. And then I'll go back into the video. Got the plug I wanted right there. So have you put up camping ones yet?
Since I was last on, no. I had other videos up though.
I know what you're talking about because remember you started the fishy ones and all that, and it was kind of like not much of a return.
Yeah, well, I did a canning video, and I showed my garden. The next video's
Oh yeah.
next video's gold panning, and then after that is probably camping.
Yeah. But yeah, YouTube hates me as a skateboard channel. Yeah, they're getting like. Oh, I'm hoping they're getting into search. Once they get in search and that, they'll start going. But yeah, it's
Well,
like,
I just dropped under. I was 592 this morning, and now I'm at 591.
yeah. Yeah, mine didn't get really any views at all. They were just like,
Well, my subscribers.
yeah, you've been going down for a while. Well, that's because you switched, right?
Nah, I don't think that's why. I think it's just whenever I upload a video, someone will click on it and be like, "Who is this?" And I just unsub. Because they all subbed from that big video.
Yeah. Or it's
'Cause
YouTube doing
It's every
YouTube
time
doing
I
the purge.
I don't know. I don't think I've lost 8,000 subscribers from a purge.
Yeah, I don't know. I did my comparison compared to you, and they've done it to me. Amount of them I've lost in a day. I was like, what? And compared to my subscriber count, is probably comparable to your subscriber count and what disappeared in a day. It made absolutely no sense. I just
Yeah.
like 15 subscribers just gone. I'm like, what? What? That makes absolutely no sense. I don't think
Can't
15
imagine.
people.
Did I?
How many people?
I didn't. I'll have to look, Jess. I feel like I seen your icon. No, just said on my Peppers comment. I'll have to go back in.
Best
I thought I
track.
seen your icon pop up in my feed though.
What crazy how the definition was, but well, yeah, it was it was what was it? 480 by 240. Yeah, 480 by 240. That's the resolution of VHS tape. Not DVD is what? 720 by 480. And regular VHS is 480 by 240.
Yeah, I have a dehydrator, Jess.
But everybody that's old school, Joe's, everybody loved the video. They're like, dude, what it did, the effects of it, like, yeah, they're actually doing. People are making videos now to try and make them look like mine. That's the new trend, is to go that old school and make them look like they were edited on VHS. The forwardness of the technologies and the clarity is now going backwards. I need one. Do you have a dehydrator? My roommate used to have one. We made a lot of good stuff with that. Made a lot of jerky. Yeah, so I still have the VCR. I have a high 8. I can start filming on high 8. And I noticed what my friend showed me one that Thrasher just put on. It's only like 2 years old, but they backed off the quality of it, and it looks like it looks. They ran a filter on it because it looks like older video.
Maybe you should try to contact them.
That's what he said. My friend Hype said Thrasher has a different thing that's just for memorabilia and archive. It's right here. I think, is it in San Francisco? Might be. I don't know, but he said it's a whole different office, and it's just dedicated to history of skateboarding.
Yeah, you should give it a shot.
Yeah, and I have a 1982 Thrasher magazine button. The original Thrasher magazine button.
A button?
Yeah, you know, like a pin-on button. It was big in
Yeah.
the 80s. Yeah, I have one. I even have a free 1-hour skate session at Upland Pipeline Skate Park. I still have the card. I don't know if it's still good since the park's been bulldozed since like '89, but
You can go and shred on the building or whatever that's there.
yeah.
And if they try to tell you no, you got the card.
Yeah, like, dude, I have a free hour here. Look.
Technically, you can just break in and start skating on their stuff.
Yeah, well, I got a concession,
yeah, actually,
3-hour concession.
Jess, I have a pile of cayenne that they're purple cayenne, and I've been dehydrating them. And yeah, the banana peppers, we've canned chicken and sausage before, and that was amazing. Did I see Mud Tramp?
Yep. You solder. Have you seen Tony Hawk and Steve Cab's new video? No, I haven't seen it. I've been watching a lot of like old skateboarding stuff though, so maybe YouTube will start saying, "Let's promote him. He's a skate channel."
I don't know how I just did that or what happened, but there's two of me.
Yeah, I thought you did it on purpose.
No, I don't know what just happened.
I thought yeah, I was like, oh, it's Nick's coming in again.
my screen buffered and then it put this account on, and then
Huh? You love me twice. You love me long time. Nick times 2.
well, the one up on the top's me in a desert, and then this one's I don't know.
But you're only talking on the bottom one.
Yeah, that one's just being quiet.
Oh, okay. Makes me look like I have more people in.
Yeah,
I have Slick Nick and Nicholas Green in here.
yeah, they'll never know.
Slick Nick is actually mute and deaf, so he just likes to hang out in the corner. So, don't worry about this guy over here. He's just.
Oh, Ozzy commented on one of my things not that long ago, I think.
He did on mine too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He likes to do that once in a while. Mine said, sorry I missed the wedding. So glad I was going to be the best man. It's an honor. Hope all is well. That was his comment to me. I went, no problem. We all missed you though. Yeah, he does that. He'll show up on mine every once in a while. Whoops. I went to hit the off and it off on some. What's up, Becca?
Hey, y'all. I'm only going to be up here just for a few minutes. I'm waiting on a phone call.
Oh, I have an update on Becky.
Who?
Oh, you do?
Remember Becky? Remember the phone number?
Yeah.
Oh, the girl you dated like 30-something years ago or something?
Yeah, now I have a notebook. It has her writing, talking about child abuse or something. And then it has a letter to her that I wrote that I never sent, but evidently she stopped writing to me and wasn't talking to me. So I guess she broke up with me 30 years ago.
Please don't tell me that you actually mailed it.
No, it's just still in the notebook. But the first thing I opened it up and I saw the writing. And it looks just like, her handwriting for her name and that. And I'm like, and then I flipped the next page and it's me writing a note or something that I was going to send her or something. And I'm like, I guess we did kind of have something but yeah, I said I was kind of pissed because she hasn't written in a while. Because I guess we weren't, because back then phone calls were expensive for long distance.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I can't believe I did this. I was young and I was out at Six Flags and I went to one of those booths. I think it was by Sprint, if I remember right. But they weren't really selling them, but they were giving away these little cards. And they kind of look like little credit cards, And so I thought it'd be cool to have one of those little credit cards. Yeah, for my wallet.
Yeah.
Well, so when I signed up or whatever to get one, it actually changed my mama and daddy's long distance carrier.
Ooh.
Yeah, they weren't too happy.
Ouch. Yeah, I mean, think about it. 1989 to call from California to Michigan.
Yeah.
That would be. I had an experience with that with a roommate. She moved out. We're having issues anyway, but I went to work and I came home and all her stuff was gone. She'd moved out. And then I got the phone bill. almost $500 of long distance calls from her.
Wow.
Yeah. So I had her. I started calling the numbers, and I found her grandmother, and I told her the situation. Her grandmother sent me a check.
Oh, it's funny. We were talking about I don't know. It got brought up. Like you could call people at Playboy, and you'd have to pay by the minute. And kids did it, and their parents got charged like thousands
Oh
of
yeah.
dollars.
Oh yeah. Phone bills were a good scam back then.
Wow. Yeah.
They would. Well, there's her phone call. I think she's leaving.
Nah, that's just them wanting your extended car warranty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't it. I'm waiting for a call on my cell phone, not my house phone.
You have a landline? All right.
I got 3 lines.
We got house phone because
You got a landline too? I got a landline. I love landlines.
But I got 3 of them. I got my cell phone, I got the landline, and I have a fax line.
Oh, I used to have a fax line. Fax lines are cool. They still make faxes?
Oh, yeah.
Do they?
Yeah,
Well, I guess.
that's how most people do business.
Yeah, because for contracts and different stuff, you fax. Yeah. So you have a physical document. I remember that. I remember my fax machine. Oh, I made $500 at the garage sale.
Really?
What'd you sell?
Let me guess, you sold something that you... Oh, good grief.
They're trying to sell you Girl Scout cookies.
Hello.
Call from wireless caller.
Private caller.
No, it's a-
I'm
Yeah,
calling
wireless.
from the U.S. government.
You think they
We need some
learn?
information from you?
All I do is pick it up and hang it up. You think they learn?
I seen someone, they'd throw their phone under an aluminum bowl and then beat it with a hammer. Like they pick the phone up, put it under a bowl, and they just beat the bowl with a hammer.
Yeah, it's underbeat it, so it's in the air. Or you just use the air horn in it. Hello.
Well, some of them are still legitimate customers. That's why I still have. Yeah, that's why I still have it. When I moved to Arkansas, I'll disconnect them all. I already disconnected the 1-800 number because I had one of those too.
Damn it. I used to love that, Becca.
I didn't say 1-900.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where did mine go? My mind go. I'm sorry. No, I sold the Nintendo set. I sold my 80s Magnavox speakers.
A Nintendo's? The box Nintendo you had?
The original unit, yeah.
What
And I
games were
sold
it?
I sold the watch game. The Donkey Kong watch game.
Wait, what'd you sell that for?
Because somebody wanted it.
How much
Because
you
you
sell it
wanted
for?
to.
I didn't think you were selling that.
Yeah, the fold-up one. The
Yeah,
Donkey
I
Kong.
would have bought that.
You sound like my friend Larry that wanted the Atari
Listen, though,
system.
what'd you sell it for?
Like
10
40.
bucks.
40?
Yeah,
That's it?
I know. They're going for over 100. I know, but no, I told him for 40. He bought the Nintendo too, but the Nintendo wasn't working. I put it in and it. I played Pac-Man and it froze, and then it wouldn't recognize any more games.
What games were with it?
I had Pac-Man, Mario. I had like a golf one. I had a pool one. I had Duck Hunt, and I think I had one other one.
Yeah,
And I had like
those are lower.
I had
price.
I had like 15 Atari 2600 games. I just didn't have the unit anymore. And some guy bought all the games.
Yeah. Yeah, I have all the ones you listed. I've wanted one of those Game & Watches for a long time.
Oh, really?
Yes. I found one before, but the screen was smashed in.
Oh,
And
this thing
they
was
go
perfect.
for more than 100 for Donkey Kong.
Yeah, most of them online are like 100, 130, 140. I know he's an eBay and he's probably going to resell it, but I didn't know if it worked. It hasn't been turned on forever.
Yeah.
There were still batteries in it, but it was clean. They didn't like rust or anything.
Yeah.
So, plus he bought that plus the Nintendo unit. So
Yeah. What did he give you for the Nintendo?
I think I only did 30 because it wasn't working.
Yes. And you
I
gave the
did,
games with it?
yeah,
Yeah, really.
and
I mean, for the games
I
you
already
listed,
sold. I already sold the other controller for $25. So.
even though you had Mario in there, the games you listed are pretty cheap titles.
Well, if it was working fine, yeah, I would have. I mean, I know how much they're going for. I would have said at
Eh.
least like 60,
That's
50.
that's about right. 30, like for that non-working in games, because for a console, one of them's working maybe 60, like you said, but
Yeah, and now you're getting all the
by
refurbished ones.
by means of working that would it not turn on
No, it turned on. It just wouldn't recognize the
the
game in it.
pins? Yeah, that costs like $4 to fix.
Yeah, it probably just needs to be cleaned.
Well, no, for them you just take off the top and down in there's a pin. You take it out and then you just screw another one in.
Oh, okay.
And then it reads the games. Because
Yeah,
I have
we-
six of those, and 5 of them don't work because I need to change the pins out.
yeah. I figured it was something pretty easy, but I've had it all that time.
No, that was decent. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I just want to get rid of it. I'm like, it's been sitting in storage 16 years, making some money off its.
And even on eBay,
Yeah,
recently games and stuff, they mark them way up because there was an auction site artificially pumping games that
yeah,
pretty much they'd take the games that were sent in and then give them a rating and whatnot, put them in packaging and send them back to people. But what they wouldn't do is, it's a long story, but pretty much they wouldn't show how many copies were out there that they gave ratings. So they artificially shot up the prices of
yeah.
rated games. So now it's like my games tripled over the past 2 years because of it.
Well, it's funny because everybody that came up to the garage sale, half of them, the first thing they said is, "Any old games? Any old games? Any old games?" I'm like,
Oh yeah.
"Yeah, I had them, but you should have been here like 3 hours ago because they all went."
That and costume jewelry is a reseller's dream.
My mom has a bunch of Avon costume jewelry.
Yeah, that stuff sells well.
It's not selling for much though.
My sister sells costume jewelry in vintage clothes.
Hers are all old Avon costume jewelry.
Yeah. Some Avon actually, not a lot of it, but some of it, it goes for quite a bit.
Yeah, I looked it up. I'm like, eh. But the funny thing is, one guy came he asked me for my VCR, and I said $30. You guys know. He asked for the Star Wars trilogy VHS. I said $30. He said no. And then something else. And then I looked at him. I'm like, "You sell on eBay, don't you?" He goes, "Yeah." I'm all, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah." And he showed me, the trilogy he wanted. He wanted to get it for $2 to $3. He had it just listed on his site for $49.99. That was the first thing he saw that he went to. And
Wow.
I said 30, and he went, "Oh." And then I said, "Well, what would you take for it?" He goes, "If I don't get it for $2 or $3, I don't buy it." I'm like, "Well, I guess we don't have a deal."
For VHS?
Huh?
For VHS?
Yeah.
Well, that's usually how it is. You go to yard sale, people just want to get rid of them, but they are worth it once you know they are.
He told me they sell all day, all the time. The old
Yeah,
VHS.
that's one of the top sells. But like he said, they only buy it when it's at someone they don't know.
Yeah, if you're selling to another buyer, they're getting it for 2 or 3. But you're selling to the end buyer, they're willing to pay for
Yeah. Well,
it because
actually,
they
for all
want it.
my video games that I have, like this year, even though I haven't collected games, I bought an original Nintendo, but the small edition. That's
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
you put it in the top.
Mini? Yeah.
I already have the Super Nintendo one, but that one I found at a yard sale because I was like, "You got any old games?" And they showed me the box, and I was like, "What would you want for it?" And they said 15, so I gave them 15. It's that 4 controllers that go up to at least 100 for the one because it's a rare. I think it's the NES Max,
Yeah.
and then there's about 25 games in the box, and I got it for 15. So I still hunt for them, even though I don't collect them anymore.
I still have the clock, though.
Oh, you do?
You said you were interested.
Well, did you look into it yet?
Yeah, I'd already looked into it. Like I said, I know how much it's going for, and I know how much it is if you tore it apart and sold the coins. It comes about the same price that the clock is going for. Some other guy looked it up here too, because I showed it to him.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But I said a lot of the ones you saw now, they had different hands on them,
Yeah.
and like the clock in the back of mine is like, it's never even had a battery in it. It's brand freaking new. I'm sure I haven't put a battery in it, but I'm sure it works.
Yeah, I wouldn't even use it as a clock. I just have it set up.
Yeah. When I found it, you were the first person I thought of. I'm like, oh, Nick might want to see this.
Well, and like I said, they always put like pennies on it. Just ruins it. Just makes it look terrible.
Yeah, no, this one it's the best. It's got a patent number. I mean, it's patented. Like,
yeah,
it was a big deal back then, I guess. Whoever they
yeah. I wish I had a house so I could have a silver room. Like I could have it like a presidential room where it's like.
I know. That's why I figured you. Like when I sent you those coins, you're like, I'm just gonna leave them taped on this.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
like, whoa! Oh, that's a cell phone. That's a cell phone.
Man, that was loud.
That didn't sound like a landline.
No, that was probably the cell.
Sorry about that.
That was a cell. I know it.
Well, on my desk, I have like stream related or YouTube related items. So I have
Yeah.
the 50 cal bullet from Bull Daniels, which he's always in
yeah.
comments. And then I got the pickle from JV Outdoors. And then I got your sticker with the coins on it. And from Everything Spicy, he gave me there was a piece of wood he thought was chaga. And he did a whole video on it. It's like a fungus on a tree.
Yeah.
He
It
thought it was
wasn't it?
that, but it was just a piece of it was a burl on a tree.
Oh.
So he cut it and signed it for me.
Yeah, Becca, I found a lot of stuff that's like really valuable. So I'm gonna be.
But you know what? I don't want to get into that conversation again.
No. But I said I have a limited edition Central Perk art.
What is that?
Central Perk, the coffee house from Friends.
Oh, I really didn't watch Friends.
Yeah, but I contacted somebody that has one for sale. He used to work at Friends and everything. He said its listing should be between 400 to 500.
Yeah. Well, if you're willing to sell it. I mean, if you're willing to resell it.
Well, I don't even know where I got it. I have no idea.
I thought you said you just found it.
Huh?
I thought you said you just found it.
I just found it in my cupboard, but I don't know how.
Oh, I thought you meant like you found it at a yard sale or something.
No, it's hand signed in pencil, numbered 94-175 by Greg Grant.
If I could get rid of any TV show, it would be Friends.
But he was the set designer for Friends, and he's an Emmy Award winning for movies and everything. Evidently, he drew them up of the sets, and they were just promotional, and they gave them to people. And so I have no idea how I got a hold of one of the copies.
You'd have to have it what do you call it when you have to have an authenticate something?
Authenticate. Yeah, authenticity. No, it is. It's the real
Authenticated.
thing.
I know, but
It,
you'd have to have some kind of a. I mean, if you were going to try to sell it, that's what I'm saying. You would have to have some kind of card. Otherwise, you're just. I mean, whoever's buying it from you is just. I mean, they're just taking a chance.
yeah, no,
That you're saying what it is really what it is.
yeah, it is really what it is. I
But what
said
I
I was.
know is if there's no card, with it, then they're just trusting that you're, that you're saying it really is what it is.
Yeah, but yeah, it is what it is.
I mean, I wouldn't get it from you unless I had a card. Not paying that kind of money. I would have paid 2 cents for it, but I'm not a Friends fan.
His is up for 600. He has Chandler and Joey's apartment art. 20. Wait. His is 124 of 200. Mine's 94 of 175. But it's the Coffee House, which is the most known for that show. And his is one of the Chandler and Joey's apartment. And they did Monica.
So how do you know it's real?
Because the signature is actually real pencil on it.
How do you know that he actually signed it? How do you know that Nick didn't sign it?
Does it have a COA with it?
Huh?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about, Nick. And so he doesn't say he didn't have that.
No, it
Have a
exactly.
certificate of authenticity. Then I mean, there's no way you can prove that it's really, it's really real. You'd have to get an expert to go and do it.
Yeah, I can have an expert look at it.
It's probably real, but
it's real. This guy's signature is like you can't even tell what his name says.
Well,
that's my point. I mean, anybody can sign something.
Yeah.
So that's what I said. You'd have to go get an expert expert in that field and with that show.
It wouldn't be a risk on your money either because it's so random for that to be faked.
Yeah.
So if you went and got it authenticated, then you wouldn't be wasting your money.
Put it this way, the one he has on his eBay, because he worked there and everything, his signature, my signature, everything about it is exactly identical.
Okay, I agree. Okay. Let's move forward.
Yeah, because I said I didn't believe it either. And then I went.
Well, I still ain't going to believe it either, but I want to move forward because I don't want to get into this conversation. But y'all can keep talking about. I gotta let my doggy out. I gotta bring her in.
Did I sell any fishing lures? No. Somebody wanted to buy all my poles because they're sitting in the garage, though. I'm like, no, those are my current poles. I just had to take them out of the car because I need to put stuff in.
That's the annoying thing about Facebook. You post a picture of something, and they want to buy the stuff that's around it in the picture.
Yeah, in the background.
My mom put a picture of a table on for sale, and they asked if the rug was for sale.
Exactly. They're like, hey, is that old jigsaw behind you for sale? It's like, what?
How much is the air in the picture?
The featured item is for sale. The stuff in the background is just stuff that I own that's in the background.
And then they're like, well, you asked for 500. Could you take 50 and you could drop it off tomorrow if that works?
Yeah. I should do that.
I see on here people put free, they're giving something away. People are like, can you drop it off? Can you deliver?
Yeah. Free $10 shipping. Can you drop it off?
And then when they say no and, kind of start back at them because it's rude, they're like, what? That's all I was asking is if you drop it off. You could have been nice.
Yeah. Well, and remember I have all those stereos and VCRs and stuff?
Yeah.
Of course, nobody here bought them because everybody that came here and was looking for them was a buyer. They want them for $2 to $3. But he said they sell. I said, yeah, but he goes, they pay it. You put $35 shipping, something like that, they buy it.
Yeah, those are the kinds of things you're not going to get at a yard sale, but if you put them on eBay, you get it.
Yeah.
But for buyers, like they said, if they can get it for $2 and flip it to 30, then it's worth shipping that big bulky,
Yeah. Well,
ETR.
but he goes, they pay for it. You put the ship on there, they'll pay for it. If they want the item, they'll pay it. Because I asked, since that's all he does for a living is eBay. So I grilled him and I said, can I ask you questions about all this stuff and that? And yeah, so he answered a lot of my questions. I was like, really? He goes, oh yeah. He goes, if you would have sold me all that stuff right there for like $5 each and that, I would have bought in a heartbeat and I probably would have made $1,000 off it on eBay. Oh, really? Yeah. And you would have paid $20 for it? He goes, oh yeah. And I would have profited $1,000 off that easy. I'm like, good to know.
Because really, for a lot of yard sales,
that's all that's at yard sales.
People just get rid of stuff they don't want. They throw it away anyways. So
yeah.
And like whenever I'd go and ask for old video games, I just go around and ask and ask and ask, and eventually I get a hit where I paid, I don't know, $5-10, and I got a box full of like $500 worth of games. So you just really never know. You just got to keep going.
Yeah, and that's I said most of them that came to me are resellers, but I knew my prices, so
yeah,
that kind of
you're a reseller's worst nightmare.
Yeah, I was looking for the end buyer, not the buyer that's gonna resell it. I said, yeah, you're a reseller. I'm looking for the end buyer, somebody that's been wanting a VCR forever, because they have a lot of VCRs and they don't have one. And they want a really good one, and they'll pay like $30 for it. Not somebody that wants to make 90% profit on it.
Yeah, I seen once you get on eBay and you start selling, and then you start seeing the trends and what really sells. Like my sister, she gets it's kind of weird. She sells stuff that people wear on TikTok. So she'll go around, if she sees something that she thinks someone would wear on TikTok, she buys it.
Wow.
She sells it for like 5-6 times.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing, she got Janko jeans, a couple pairs. I'm sure you know Janko.
Yeah.
She got a couple pairs of them for $4 a pair at a yard sale and sold them for $90.
What are those leggings they all wear?
I have no clue.
There's a certain type of legging that really like sucks into the ass and like shows everything.
I don't know.
I saw a girl. She had a pair of them on. She was ahead of me in line at the liquor store, and I'm like, I recognized them just from what they wear on TikTok and the videos of people talking about it, how great they make your ass look. And that I looked at them and went, oh my god, those are the ones everybody wears on TikTok.
Well, my sister, she'll go for like the craziest looking shoes and stuff that are like super cheap at a Goodwill, like crazy looking. She got these shoes that were like probably $20 originally, and they were super high, but they were black, and they had
like 9-inch heels.
Yeah,
stripper heels.
They had, it was kind of like a clog though, and it had a bunch of metal piercings on it, and she sold it for like 45 or 50, I think.
Yep. Well, what's the new trend with the crocodiles?
Crocodiles.
Crocs.
Oh, Crocs. See, what the heck is going on in there? Is there a train?
I don't know. Is there a train coming?
There's a train coming. Better watch out.
No, but they have these things now that you put in the holes.
Well, they've always had them. Now all of a sudden,
have they?
People are making
They're popular now.
They're
gibbets.
It's
a big trend now.
They're gibbets. That's what they're
gibbets.
called.
Yeah. It's a big TikTok thing.
I've worn Crocs my entire life, and now all of a sudden it's a trend.
Just because you can put gibbets in them.
They've always had gibbets.
But now they're cool. They got to be 20 years old to be cool. That's why VHS is coming back.
There's rappers that keep doing them. rappers keep doing gibbets for Crocs, and those keep selling like big money.
Exactly.
Well, there was one. It was KFC. It was a KFC Croc, and it had a like a plastic chicken wing gibbet and a chicken nugget gibbet that fit into the Croc.
Nice. I want that.
There was a pair I wanted. They were for the Diplo, the artist that does like DJ music. You know Diplo?
No, I don't know him.
But they made shoes for him, and I really wanted their Crocs, but they have like mushrooms on them for gibbets,
Oh,
and they glow in the dark and stuff. I have 2 pairs
Cool,
of
man.
Crocs right now because I bought another pair. Because my other pair, there's no ridges on the bottom anymore. So
here's how it's going now, Nick. My friend Hype, he works at the public access, but he's like a skater. I think he's like almost 30, but he's into all the new retro stuff and everything. In my trunk, I had a bunch of DVD cases, so you can make DVDs and put things in and give them to people.
Mhm.
Because it's more old school than social media. Like, oh yeah, check it on YouTube where you actually had it. He didn't want those, but I had a bunch of brand new 15-minute VHS tapes in there. He's like, I want the VHS tapes. I'm like, yeah, but DVDs, that's old school. He goes, no, it's not. VHS is old school. Yeah, he has a VHS camera now that he films on.
that's cool.
And I had because I used to do them for my fashion shows and that, and do them and give them away to people as a VHS. Yeah, and he wanted the professional 15-minute tapes, but he didn't want anything to do with the DVDs. That's too new. I'm like, okay, no wonder I like you so much. Yeah, it's like 80s stuff is really popular right now.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said last year. Like, people are starting to look like backwards, and they're starting to want to save money and get thrifty, and I don't know. It's just kind of
Well, it's
weird.
the decades, at least in music, it's usually every 10 years.
Yeah.
Like 60s was really popular, then 70s, then the 80s, a lot of that, in the new way the music was new, the
Yeah, like
sounds
you're
and
saying,
that,
it takes 10 years to get into a new phase.
yeah, but there was new music, but their reference was the 60s and the 80s. And then what happened, early 2000 to 2010, a lot of the music was back to 80s sort of style in that.
Well, there's always new artists, and they learned from the last 10 years before they were an artist, and then
Yeah.
it just kind of
And the
changes.
music progresses, but their reference is usually not the decade they lived in, but the decade before they lived in.
Well, like this decade started 5 years ago when, mumble rap and that started.
Yeah. It always recycles. The same thing in clothing, because I was fashion designer and I followed it. And it was like, in the 90s, a lot of the looks were references of the 70s. In the 80s, a lot of the references were of clothing from the 60s. So there's always that decade gap that they go back to and remixing the style from 2 decades ago. I mean, in fashion, I studied it a lot, and I was like, I could even predict what was coming, what was going to be next, where it was going. Yeah, it was pretty fun. And in music, I noticed
once
that.
they run out of ideas for the future, like they've done now, they just look back on stuff that's happened that wasn't in their lifetime, and then they kind of take from that.
But they remix it and modernize it, but they give it that esque.
Yeah.
Which is what's so cool is it's what you know as a person now, but if you lived in the 80s, but since you're for now, you weren't in the 80s, so your mind changes it.
Yeah.
You think it's and people get the idea that it's from that decade, but it's totally different now. Because you only have a reference of it, you didn't live it. That's the way most like the creative side stuff goes.
How come you don't take one of his accounts down?
That's not me. That's Slick Nick. He's not here.
That's not him. That's Slick Nick.
He had to go to the bathroom.
He's obviously stopped it.
Well, no, Slick Nick he's deaf and he's a mute. He just likes to come in and hang out. So I honor him, and
in the bathroom.
He's not in the bathroom, is he?
He just said he was going to the bathroom or whatever.
Slick Nick is in the bathroom. He's been in there.
I ain't been hearing no plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is.
I thought you were talking about the picture. No, he didn't even mean to show in twice. His computer did it automatically. So
I know. So why don't you delete? I mean, why don't you get rid of one of them?
That one looks cool.
Yeah. And it's Slick Rick.
Well, he'll have to stick around
With an N.
because I'm out of here in a minute. I'm like falling asleep.
Yeah,
I
he's
didn't
gonna
have
go
any
with
sleep.
him.
And then today, pretty much, I have to go and hunt ginseng.
Ooh, I've heard of that.
Hopefully, I don't get shot by an Amish man.
Why
Yeah,
would
well,
you?
You do live in Amish country.
Yeah. Well, you should have seen my electric bike. As soon as it hit dark, I took it out on the road, and I strapped like some super bright LEDs around it and put a power brick on the back.
Nice.
And it looked like I was a UFO because I had them purple and green. So the Amish were like looking at me from the Amish school.
You're lucky you didn't get shot, man.
Well, I was going up the road, and it makes this like humming noise. It sounds like a UFO would. So,
yeah, the whizzing of it.
yeah, I'm going on this road
Yeah.
between two cornfields, and it's like, and it's green and purple flashing.
Oh man.
They probably thought someone got abducted.
Yeah, there were probably a lot of 911 phone calls as you went by.
Well, I'm gonna jump down off of here. So, good night, and Mr. Nick. Good night, and Mr. Toilet Nick. Good night.
All right.
Slick Nick.
I guess the only reason he's slick's because what's coming out the other end.
You can't leave yet. We got to argue.
I don't feel like it.
I didn't bring that up again.
I hate to argue.
It was an intense discussion.
I mean, y'all
It was a
will,
different.
y'all will never get the fact that I'm right. So what's the point of arguing?
You'll never get the fact that I'm right either.
Yeah, or the fact that I'm right. So obviously, if all three of us talk, it's going to be a debate, and it's going to be intense.
3 rights don't make a wrong.
Yeah,
Wait, what
we're all
about
the
Slick
winners.
Nick?
I don't
He's
care
deaf
about
and
Slick
mute.
Nick.
He's
He,
deaf
you know,
and mute.
he's gonna fall in the toilet anyway.
He could argue in the comments.
No, really though, I really don't like to argue. So the only thing I ever do is I state exactly what I hear, and that's what I do. So
Yeah,
that I even proved that because I went back and rewound it just to make sure that I had it right.
Now,
Wow.
don't get me arguing again.
you
the
actually
one who
went.
just you're the one who just
No,
said that you
no,
didn't want to get
I'm
down
not-
yet.
I'm
And
I'm not saying nothing.
You went back and rewound it, just rewatched it just to make sure you're right.
I did that while we were on the stream, remember?
Wow,
But it
that's
still wasn't right. All right, no more.
that's
You're the one that see, let me rewind this. You're the one that that I couldn't leave until we argued and look at him.
well, yeah. Where AI did leave, didn't
Yeah, and he's the one that said it. Mr. Nick,
Yeah.
you're kind of wishy-washy.
he? Yeah, you're like Charlie Brown, man.
He is. He's just a little wishy-washy.
Charlie Brown's the definition of wishy-washy.
No, it's been a long couple days.
Yeah,
I
same with me.
I co-hosted the Lady Angler Challenge with Palmetto Cats.
Another one?
Yeah, I had lots of fun. I had a blast, but it was 2 days, and so I really hadn't had a lot of sleep. But as I'm waiting on this phone call because he's out coon hunting at the moment.
I thought you said you never sleep anyway.
I don't, but I'm tired. You eventually, your body gives out, and it says,
I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm done turd.
Mr. Nick. That's what I said. I told myself, now I'm gonna have to go rewind because Mr. Nick, you're the one that said you can't get down until you argue, and then look what you did.
He put, I'm not gonna argue tonight. I didn't. He brought it up though.
No, he's the one who said it, and then he's the one that dropped out.
You brought it up earlier when we were talking about that, and I went away from it. And then he goes, "What are we gonna argue about tonight?" I'm like, "What?"
That's what I said.
We're over that.
You're wishy-washy.
We're over that. Why'd you bring it up?
I don't know.
He just
I even said earlier, I said, I'm not going to get into that. I said, matter of fact, I'm going to go let my dogs in.
Yeah, and I went away from it. I don't want, my intention is not to debate with people.
No. But I said, then Mr. Nick blatantly said, "Hey, you can't leave until we argue." I was like, "What?" And then he drops down.
I know. I said I should change it to Panel Monday debates. Because we always end up.
You have to come up with some topics.
Yeah. Well, I haven't been doing much. I mean, I switched my whole channel now to skateboarding. Oh, it locked me up.
Skateboarding? Yeah.
I used to be a...
Fine. Now it's my show. I'm going to say whatever I want to up here. What are all those little icons, Mr. Nick? You got something with a flat mouth. Then you got something that's kind of tearing up, and then you're crying. Should be crying. Got to get a pair. So what do you got? Finally.
Oh, there I am. All right. I found my way back. I always get confused and I shut myself out. I can't figure out how to come back in.
You're going to have to pay me if I have to start running your show.
I know. I'm trying to get the layout now. They won't even do the layout. What the hell's up with this freaking thing? I have the free stream here. What do you expect? Oh, please, no. Only the truth and nothing but the truth. All right, Becca?
I told him he got like a flat mouth and a tearing up little tear guy and then a crying guy.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he's talking about now.
No, my channel switched. I'm now uploading. I'm uploading stuff I created and edited 30 years ago.
Say it again.
I'm uploading video that I made of skateboarding, my skateboarding videos from 30 years ago.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you were making like making videos of skateboarding.
Yeah, but no, but yeah,
I mean, like
made them all.
Yeah, I mean like you were skateboarding now.
Yeah, yeah, and I have a bunch of the top professionals that I skated with, and
yeah, but I thought you meant you were skating now.
Yeah, I still skateboard.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, I used to do a Skate and Fish Live. And
is that any of the videos you're doing now? Or are they just old? I'm not sure what that icon is either. He's putting. I'll have to go over to the YouTube side. It's a peanut.
It's a peanut.
What I don't know. What does a peanut mean? Besides, used to put peanuts in my Coke.
I don't know either.
I don't know. Maybe he's saying that he's nuts.
I used to feed peanuts to blue jays, scrub jays.
That's what I said. Maybe he's trying to tell us that he's nuts.
It's a peanut.
Maybe he's saying that he's a little peanutty.
Exactly. He's hard on the outside, but he's delicious on the inside.
Well, I ain't saying that out loud.
I just said it.
I'm not saying it.
Okay. No, but basically now I'm reliving what I would have done if YouTube existed back then when I had a camera.
He says no. It's look what he's saying to you. He said no. It's a representation of the size of your brain.
Was that who was that reference to?
He's referencing me.
Oh, okay. I would have taken.
Of course.
Sure.
He's got the LOL behind it, so you know he's referencing me.
Okay.
It's okay. I don't mind having a peanut-sized brain. There's
I
more
know.
in this peanut than your whole walnut.
Dinosaurs had a peanut-sized brain, and they're really cool. They weren't that smart, but they're really cool.
Oh, y'all crack.
Being cool over being smart, you know.
Y'all crack me up.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm actually going to do a documentary on the history of skateboarding.
Hey Nick, a peanut at least has an hourglass body.
So you do have some sort of similarities with the peanut.
Yeah, so I'll take the peanut any day.
There you go. Marilyn Monroe had a very peanut, and she was popular.
That's right.
Oh yeah, she wasn't thin.
And I like to eat nuts, so you know I'll go with it.
I'm a big nutter too.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, so you have 2 nuts and I have 1. Oh, okay. Well, Lance Armstrong.
Why would I say I have 2 nuts? I said a nut has an hourglass sign. I mean, not sign, an hourglass body.
Shape, yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing that said anything about nuts. Oh, I guess he's talking about a lot of times there's 2 peanuts in one shell.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sometimes there's only 1 nut in the shell, and sometimes there's peanuts in the shell. 2 of them in the shell.
Yeah. And if you're Lance Armstrong, there's only 1 nut.
Well, I mean, I'm a balls girl, so if I'm gonna have nuts, I want both of them. He's just a walnut. He only has 1 nut.
Yeah.
He's defective.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Trust me, Mr. Nick, you won't win on this one.
A 1 nut peanut. Yeah. Actually, the last skate video I have up, there's already a phrase that people are asking me when they see me. And the phrase is she wearing Calvin Klein underwear?
I don't get it.
Well, if you see the video, you'll understand the reference. It wasn't my idea. It was an Australian skater, but he wanted me to come film the whole thing, and yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to know that bad.
Yeah. No, she was wearing very transparent white shorts, and she didn't even need to have shorts on. Basically, you just saw her underwear. And somehow everybody came up with discussion, and all the guys were wondering if they were. So I followed him with the camera, and we went and asked her.
Yes, Mr. Nick. Some peanuts only have 1 nut in them.
Yeah, if they're defective.
Yeah, you must not be eating many peanuts.
Yeah, sometimes you open them up and you're like, what the fuck?
I know, there's just 1. I mean, there is no hourglass, but it's just 1.
Oh no, sometimes there's the hourglass. There's only 1. And you're like, what? Nature,
Yeah, it's all on one side. Yep.
There's supposed to be 2 in here. What's nature doing? You defective nut. Which is kind of a term about somebody that's crazy. You defective nut. What do you mean? I mean, you're a peanut that only has 1 peanut in the shell.
I mean, I'm not arguing. I know I'm defective.
Yeah.
I ain't like any other woman out there.
I'm always right. and women are always wrong.
I honestly don't really care.
Well, I know most men think women are always wrong.
It doesn't really bother me at all.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh crap! It scared me.
Holy shit!
It scared me.
It scared me. Damn, I jumped. I did. I went like that. I like totally jumped.
Okay, I'm fixing to get my phone call. It's gonna be loud, so I'm gonna jump off of here.
Okay.
Yeah, because he texted me and making sure I'm still awake.
All right.
So, but as always, sorry, I gotta put my Bluetooth in my ear. Always a pleasure.
Oh yeah. And she waited for the call. That was perfect. Yeah. So yeah, I guess it's just me, guys. Well, somebody else wants to come up. All the regular so far streamers have, or panel members have already been in. But yeah, one thing I did find, I found some original fishing footage on my stuff, so there is going to be some fishing coming up. Haven't found my very first ever Central Coast Bass sluggo fishing video. I'm hoping to find that, but I have over 100 videos that I have to review and look at and then feed in, but I should be able to find it. I do have one that's about fishing. It was a video we made for a study I did during college about what size fish prefer to eat as predators like bass and that, and we did a video on it and did a test, and we made a little video for the end of the speech to play. I found that. It says fish on it. It's really funny. It's funny, and yeah, everybody in the class loved it when we played at the end. But so yeah, there is some fishing stuff, but I don't know. I'm just really into going back over all this video editing and everything I did. That's so YouTube now, but I did it like 15, 16 years before YouTube even existed. So it's a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun going through it. I already have a new one for Wednesday. It's kind of interesting one. It's about what happened to an actually very well-known, like one of the top 10 skaters in the 80s, and his demise and what caused him to disappear for the last 31 years. So I'm putting that one up. But yeah, I don't know. I said I've been doing the fishing for like, well, I have like 1,700 videos dedicated to help people catch bass. So I figured I've done my work for that, so I can take a break and switch something else for a while. Do some other sort of something I loved as much as bass fishing. So I mean, I'm still on here. I'll still answer fishing questions and everything else. I know Fish was on here earlier and asking me, but we were in a different conversation. But that's really neat comment. No, I did find out how to catch hitch though, so I want to do it live and see if I can catch hitch intentionally. I wish I would have had my camera with me yesterday when I was down there, because I would love to have made it a little kind of cool little video. some other guy. He's not a YouTuber. He's pretty big at fishing, I guess, as a Instagram. He fishes for all different kinds of fish. Younger kid, I think his name is Vince. I'm bad with names, but I think it's Vince. Yeah, he caught 5 hitch and broke off like 10 of them. Like some was over his line or his knot, and yeah. And he learned it from old school Asian people that just fished for hitch at Merced Lake in San Francisco. So I'm gonna try to reproduce that technique and do a live Fish Talk Tuesday on it, and see if I can get myself some hitch. I've caught a few in the past, but very far and in between. And they were always really hard to hook. But I was amazed. He showed me something that it's something different, and it's something they shouldn't like in reality. But I am definitely a believer now, and I want to try to mimic that technique. And he was doing off the dock. He was sitting on that one dock, the second dock. You see, I'm there. I'm at the bench, and there's that first dock. He was at the second dock, just right next to it. And I don't know. There must have been like 30, 40 hitch in the school or something, because they're going nuts. So I'm gonna try that. Probably not tomorrow. I'll probably wait till next week. I spent all day at El Estero today. I saw Johnny 831. He was there. He was in here. I tried to talk to him, but when I went to go talk to him, he'd already walked all the way around the other side of the lake. So I didn't walk all that way to talk to him. So, but evidently he skunked today there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just in a transition right now. Going to my storage unit, finding all that stuff of my life for like 30, 40 years. I'm just like, damn. I need to post this shit. I have some damn good old school stuff sitting on here. So, yeah. That's my focus right now. Well, I got a VCR and a capture card and because those tapes are, yeah. VHS tape doesn't last forever. They break down. At this point, they're already like 30-something years old. So I'm just lucky most of my videotapes are in as good of condition as they are and play as good as they do. So yeah, I've spent hours in there. I have to watch it like smaller than my phone because I have to go to capture and it plays in this little box because it's software from 2012. I can't up it. And I have to sit in there and then watch it on this little teeny screen like I'm watching a phone on my computer. It's been so fun though. I spent hours and hours in there just like no, I haven't no. I haven't fished in a while. And yeah, I just haven't fished in a while. I did film one segment of a tips and tricks I want to do about a one-handed roll cast. And then now I've just been into the old footage and the skateboarding stuff. And yeah, haven't been there. Johnny Boy was there today. He didn't catch anything. He tried for bass. But I did learn the technique for hitch, and I am going to do that. I'll probably do it as a Tuesday Night Live. Guy that caught like 5 hitch yesterday. Nice ones too. They're all like pound and a half, 2 pounds. Good fighters. So I'm gonna try to mimic that on a Tuesday night fish talk Tuesday. See if I can actually catch him the way he was. But yeah, I don't have any plans to go fishing. Was supposed to go this Saturday with Tito to the second episode of Drain Lake Tour, but I was at my garage sale. So I don't know if he has time. I might go film that next week. Go to Chesbro and film the second episode of Drain Lake Tour. But I don't know. I've just kind of changed direction. Sometimes life just takes you on different paths. Well, and it's killing my YouTube channel, trust me. It's like I suddenly start getting more people in, everything else for my fishing, and I go the opposite direction. It's like, what? People like me as a fisherman now? I'm going this way. And I don't care. I'm going over here. I want to relive what I did 30 years ago. I got to get it out before I die. I'm already 55. I don't know how much longer I have. Hopefully it's another 20, 30 years. But you just never know. So I want to get this shit out there. Don't know if it's gonna. I mean, just never know. One gets in search, one takes off, and I have so much other footage. I could be fishing and a skating channel, all in one. Or never become a skateboarding channel and kill my fishing channel. But hey, who cares? Whatever happens, happens. We'll just see where it goes. Well, I got 2 people in here now. That's cool. Yeah, it was it's kind of what I've been doing though. It's really, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot more coming. Thank you for that. I said I don't know. I'm hoping there are people that fish and skated or used to skate like me. I was 100% skating and 100% fishing for like 30 years of my life. One was the sport part and the fun and the radical part, and the other part was catching fish. It's just who I was. So I'm trying to show the other half of me right now. You can be a fisherman and be into other stuff. You don't have to be 100% fishing. I never was. I never fit the mold as a fisherman. I was a skater, I was a DJ, I was a clothing designer, and I was a hardcore bass fisherman. They don't match, they don't go together, but that was me. That's just how I entertained myself during a lot of part of my life. Can't skate in the rain, but you can fish. Usually can't skate 2 or 3 days after rain if it soaked the ramp. So I fished. A lot of times fishing sucks in the winter. If it wasn't raining, I was skating. Well, at least bass fishing sucks in the winter. But yeah. Kind of had the best of both worlds at one point. The perfect mix of hobbies. I'm like freaked out because the life's different now. Thanks to Nick, because Nick said change them. I'm like, all right. We'll go away from the stripper pole lights and we'll go to something a little different. So, yeah. It's kind of fun. Just, I don't know. And I realized too, watching a lot of the old skate videos, because a lot of people put up the old, like, Powell and Santa Cruz and everything, how much those old skate videos are pretty much the same format as vloggers on YouTube now. It's the same. It's almost the same. I mean, the quality compared to what we did. But I'm looking at it going, the way this is put together is just like what the biggest bloggers are doing now on YouTube. This sort of just way it's put together. It's almost identical. It's kind of crazy. Really kind of crazy how it all comes back around. Like, they weren't new. They're just taking what's been around forever and bringing it to YouTube instead of tapes you had to buy. Independent movies you had to buy. You know, it's the same thing. It's just, if YouTube would have been around back then, all those skate videos and everything would have went straight to YouTube. That would have been their avenue of distribution would have been YouTube. But we didn't have back then. We had to do it on VHS and sell it at stores. Then, like what? Then ESPN came out in the late 90s and they started showing X Games and all that sort of stuff, which helped. But yeah, I'm just kind of amazed, especially when I look back at a lot of stuff I created back then. I'm like, VCR to VCR editing, and I know this took me a hell of a lot of time to do it. I mean, my friend Hype, who's old schooler, he talked to me today because he watched my videos, and he goes, I started telling him how I did, and he went, what? So if you put an effect and you didn't like it, you had to start over? I'm like, yeah, you can't just put a different filter on it or a different thing. You have to start over every time. You have to keep building it, inch by inch by inch by inch. You just can't go back and go, nah, let's change this cut a little bit, change this little cut a little bit, like you do on a computer. No, you had to start completely over. It was totally different back then. At least as me as a prosumer, not a professional editing production for tape to tape back then. So yeah, it took a long time. I would spend hours and hours and hours just creating like 2 minutes of video that ended up being 15, 20 minutes long. It took that much time. But I was obsessed with it. I loved it. And the fact that you had to do all the uploading real time. If you had an hour of footage, you had to wait an hour for it to feed in the computer. You couldn't just put in a chip and like 2 minutes later, all the footage was in the computer. You had to sit there and physically hit capture and push play. And then you had to wait for the whole time for it to feed it. And sometimes it'd mess up. It would start dropping frames. And yeah, it wasn't an easy world back then. But I'm glad I did it. And now I have YouTube, so I can show it to the world instead of my 10 friends that I handed a VHS tape to. Hey, check out my new video. Watch this. Hey, check out my new video. Watch this. That was how it was done back then. There was no internet, no social media. You had to physically put it on a physical product and hand it directly to people. But it's kind of come back now. Everything old school is like new school. How long have I been on here? Well, almost 2 hours. Wow. So, talk to me. Any fishing questions? Questions about El Cerro? I already showed you my last live. I showed you how to catch bluegill like crazy. You know, they're like that big, but probably by next week I'll show you how to catch the hitch. Hopefully, if I can mimic the technique. That's a fish I've caught very rarely and never known how to target it. But this guy showed me something. So I'm like, interesting. I think I can reproduce that. I think I have an avenue now. Catch anything? Any at Pinot? I haven't even thought about it. I mean, you guys know my car. You see it in my videos when I close my trunk. All my fishing stuff is always in my car. None of it's in my car anymore. It's out. poles and everything's in my garage, tackle boxes, everything's in my garage. I just haven't thought about it in like a week and a half. Yeah, that's what I don't know. That comment right there, Dax. Thank you. I mean, I don't know. I know I'm going a different direction now, but I've spent I don't know 15 years of my life on YouTube doing just that, teaching how to fish, how to hold things right, how to work a bait right. It done anything for me. I'm not like huge, I have millions of subscribers and that, but I've never backed away from being someone that's strictly about teaching you things, not how to use a Barbie pole, how to have some Walmart employee buy your baits, not how to fish the brightest baits you. No, I've always been down to this is how you catch bass. And this is what I'm going to teach you. So I spent 40 years of me bass fishing, learning how to always catch bass in all kinds of waters, public waters, hard to catch bass lakes. That was always my purpose. And well, unfortunately, YouTube and bass fishing channels, it's changed a lot. It's got to be fad oriented. You got to be, what's the new trend? What's the new trick? What's the new like? And I'm like, man, not gonna go there. It's not why I got into bass fishing. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, that's what I said. I think that's why well, I'll say it. I pretty much failed as a bass fishing channel on YouTube. Just because I didn't follow all that stupid stuff. I didn't focus on what's going to get you more views. I focused on what's going to help people catch more bass. Because that's what I was about. My sticker you get says SuncoastBass.com, videos for helping you advance your bass knowledge. I made that video in 2009 when I first got back to actually just bass fishing videos on YouTube. And that was my sole preference. Videos to help you advance your bass knowledge. And now it's just all kinds of weird shit. It's just everything is just. It's not about teaching, it's about entertaining. It's really kind of sad, but that's where it's going now. Be careful. Well, I don't think it was a very big catfish, Dax, because there's only bullhead in there. They only get to like 3 pounds. Green and black with the white belly. Yeah, those are the bullhead. Actually caught a lot of those bass fishing. Hey, Richard. Yeah, thank you, Dax. Yeah, That's just kind of why I'm very happy with where I am and going back to my skateboarding stuff and all that because I was just like I've tried to help bass fishermen for 15 years. Well, yeah, sure. I mean, my chef started cable access before I did, but yeah, I just like it's just not safe. Yeah, 3 pounds. That's a big bullhead. That's about as big as they get. I've caught them at a lake on a drop shot. I've caught them flipping. Yeah, bullhead. Yeah, big bullheads. That's about as big as they get. So I don't know what the world record is, but I'm telling you, it's not much more than like 3 pounds. Yeah. So and yeah, like I said, I'm not giving up. What the hell's that thing? Oh, it's a weird ass beetle. I'm not, I'm not giving up the fishing. Eventually, I'll bring it down to 1 day skateboarding, 1 day fishing. Because I do 2 uploads, so it'll kind of be. I'll start it kind of back and forth that way. But yeah, I don't know. I'm taking a break. And usually taking a break, when I come back into it and start filming it and making fish videos, I don't know. My format might be totally different. Maybe might be just I don't know. I think this break might help me and watch on my skateboarding and how I edited back then. That might help change it to something that's more, I don't know, more YouTube, I don't know, YouTube friendly or, I mean, I already started that dramatic intro before I'm now starting taking my break. So I'd already changed it before that. So now taking the break and then come back into it. I might have some more ideas off of that sort of thing. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really. I mean, yeah, I haven't done a video about other than talking to you guys live here, which is maybe helping me sort of put together a video to say I'm explaining this in a video that I'm taking a break from fishing, going back to. I probably need to do that at least to have congruency within my channel and where it's going. So I'm probably gonna sit down and make that sort of video. Just um, yeah, just so it's out there so people go. You just switched and you didn't tell us anything about it. I'm like, oh no, I remember I did that video about like 4 months ago about the fact that where I'm going and what I'm doing. So yeah, I should throw up that just for the hate comments. Yeah, you gotta be one step ahead of these YouTubers. Well, so yeah, I don't know where I'm gonna go next with that. I need to finish at least 3 of the Drain Lake episode. I'll make it a trilogy. Trilogies are good, right? I have episode 1. I'm singing Chesbro, then Lexington. It's already in September, so if me and Tito go film those 2, get out of the way, at least finish that idea and then focus on um, skateboarding and stuff. And it's also, I don't know. See, the weird thing is I have about 30, well, no, about 12 years of my life on video. Well, on VHS. Then I switched to high 8 and I have a bunch of stuff. That's a whole different story. But yeah, like dorm stuff, college life, parties. I mean, I just have like, I don't have pictures of my life. I have video of my life, which back in the 80s and 90s, most people didn't have. Cameras were just getting going back then. Video. And everybody's life's in photographs. They have photo albums of that period of life, and I have video of it. It's like I was one of the unusual people because I actually owned a video camera in 1986. Didn't get really popular until mid-90s, 96 or something. And nothing like now where everybody has a phone, everything has a video. And I mean, the access I had with my video camera at that time was, it was just extremely rare. And I used it, and I had it with me, and I took it everywhere, and I just filmed everything. Like people do now with their cell phones. Like, you know, anything happens, the first thing they're doing is pulling out their freaking phone and filming it. Well, I did that in the 80s and 90s. I always had it with me, and I was always filming stuff. And it was huge. I mean, it was, I have a picture of it somewhere. It was like the news cameras, you know, like huge, sat in your shoulder, weighed like 20 pounds. That was my VHS camera at the time. I mean, it was a production to have that thing out. The battery weighed like 2.5 pounds on its own. And it only lasted for 2.5 hours. But it was like that thick and like that tall. It was just like, and you put it on the camera went like this because it was like so heavy on the back end of the camera. That was crazy. I've lived my life seeing the biggest progression of access to video by just normal people. And once you put video on cell phones, that's what just like, that just blew it up. We wouldn't have the definition of a Karen at this day if people couldn't film on their freaking phones. Almost every Karen and definition of Karen and who Karen is has been captured on a cell phone. Or, you know, somebody that's filming has GoPros and all that stuff that's cheap now to get compared to back then. My VHS camera cost almost $2,000. $2,000, and the resolution is 480 by 240. That's like hardly. The resolution is just. I mean, that's nothing. And that's why all my videos are in 4:3, because that's how it filmed. It didn't film in 16:9. It was 4:3. It was a square format. Well, relatively square. 4:3, not 16:9. But yeah, it was. That's why it's really crazy, because I'm meeting people that I don't know, they're way interested in what it was back then as video editors and content creators today. And they're just like blown away. They see my videos and they go, "What? What?" I'm like, it's the only way you can do it, man. There were no computers then. My first video I edited on a computer fully was 2003. It was the first time I actually uploaded my VHS tapes to a computer and was able to edit them in a computer editing software. And that was 16 years after I started filming and editing. It took me 16 years before I edited on the computer. That's just crazy. I'm just thinking about that now. That's fucking crazy. And I had the first video. It was a fashion video, because I had clothing store at the time. That was the first thing I ever edited. I think it was only like a minute long, minute and a half. Yeah. And then I started producing my original Sunday Coast Bass fishing shows on a computer. That was 2000. Well, it was later 2003, early 2004. But my original Sunday Coast Bass videos were edited on a computer. And then, yeah, I think to put them on cable access, I had to feed them out of the computer to a VCR, because cable access and slow they didn't have discs, they didn't have CDs now. It was all still VHS tape. So I had to transfer, footage out of the computer to a VCR to record it. To take it to them so it could be aired. They wouldn't even take DVDs at the time. They were still so old school. Public access still had a lot of money. All the playing and everything was still VHS. Even in 2003. Think about that. That's crazy. I think I kind of joked with them at the time when I saw it. I went, your whole, I mean, they had like the whole, they took me in a direction, dude. It was all just VCR, 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 VCR. And that's where they put every tape in. And that's how they like through broadcast studio aired it up to the public access. And everything. I was like, what? You're still working with VHS in 2003? That's crazy. Burning this CD and DVDs had been out for a while at that point. But VHS was the most popular, so. Yeah, I need a documentary on that too. The whole, just a documentary on the whole process of my video editing and the courses I had to take to do it at the time. That could be another really good video. I might be collabing with my friend Hype. Skateboarder, he did the intro of some of my skating fishes. But we might collab and we might do some documentaries together about this sort of stuff, skateboarding stuff, and just my process of my history of video editing. Have some things on the back burner for you guys. With that said, thank you. I think it's only Dax in here right now. I don't know who's hanging out, but I've been on for 2 hours and something, 12 minutes. Something. Yeah, I'm gonna end this one. Probably won't be alive tomorrow. I think I'm gonna have to be a little sterile to meet with my friend Hype and that and talk about some stuff, but I don't think I'm gonna go live. But I'll keep the panel Mondays because they're not strictly fishing; they go everywhere. But there's upload. But I'm gonna keep uploading Wednesdays and Fridays. Might be old school skate stuff, not fishing. And then maybe in like a month or something, I'll start mixing them in. But I'm out of here. Thanks for coming in. I'm kind of sorry that this is like, well, I'm not sorry this is what's going on. I'm sorry for the fishermen that want fishing videos, but I got to do what I got to do. So, yeah, that's about it. I'm out. Live wise, I'll see you next Monday. Let's see if I can do this. I can never do the bam on this. Okay, hit it. Now I have to try to do this. Wait. Bam!